At a moment when our continent confronts both the shadow of historical injustice and the urgent realities of contemporary human rights violations. As a woman-led organization operating across sub-Saharan Africa, RFLD has witnessed challenges facing women, human rights violation defenders, and civil society over the past year. Our regional data center, called DONU-YESE, has documented that 55% of African women parliamentarians now face online attacks, transforming digital space from a platform of empowerment into a gender battlefield where artifice comes at a devastating personal cost. 73% of women human rights defenders receive direct threats via digital platforms. 89% of deepfake survivors are women who have stood against injustice, revealing how artificial intelligence technology is being deliberately weaponized to terrorize women advocates. The sexual and gender-based violence statistics reveal catastrophic reality across sub-Saharan Africa that demand immediate reparative action. One of 3 women continues to experience physical or sexual violence in their lifetime. Yet 89% of SGBV cases are never reported to authorities. A silence born of systemic failure in injustice systems that have perpetuated impunity for centuries. Trafficking of women and girls has increased by 35% between 2020 to 2025, with 68% of female trafficking victims under 25-year-olds. This represents not merely a criminal justice failure, but a continuation of historical pattern of exploitation that reparation frameworks must address. The economic impact of this violence cost Africa economy $12.9 billion annually in low productivity, while women's economic participation dropped by 23% in high violence regions. While celebrating that 46 out of 55 African Union states have ratified the Maputo Protocol in August 2025, we must confront the stark implementation failure that render legal progress meaningless for millions of women. Only 23% of ratifying states have fully domesticated the protocol into national law, while 67% of cases brought under the protocol face procedural delay extending 2 years. Disinformation campaigns against women leaders increased 400% during election period, while 67% fact attacks related to gender issues face dispute by state actors seeking to control narrative about women's rights. Social media algorithms amplify anti-women content by 200% compared to natural content, creating digital environment hostile to women's participation. Women journalists face 3 times more online harassment than male colleagues, systematically excluding women's voices from public discourse and democratic debate. Honorable Commissioners, as we engage with this year's reparation team, we must ensure that historical redress addresses the specific way that slavery, colonialism, and systematic racism have impacted women and marginalized communities. Reparation cannot be meaningful if they fail to address how historical injustices created contemporary vulnerability that makes women targets for digital violence, exclusion, economic exclusion, and systematic silencing. We respectfully call upon this distinguished commission to, first, conduct urgent country mission to document the escalating crisis facing women human rights defenders. Second, ensure the operationalization of protection mechanisms specifically addressing the intersection of historical injustice and contemporary violence against women, ensuring that reparation frameworks strengthen rather than ignore women's current vulnerabilities. The Africa we want cannot be built on the continued silencing of women's voices. True reparation must transform not only we address historical injustices, but how we protect contemporary advocates working to prevent their repetition. Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson.
La Commission